The whole expression is do what you love. When you do what you love, the money will follow, you'll be happy, you'll be rich, you'll be successful, you'll be famous, yada, yada, yada. And let's take that and turn it upside down. Instead of doing what you love, it is so much more achievable and within reach to love what you do. And it's such a simple philosophy, and it's just a slight shift. Because do what you love, how often are we able to do what we love? Whether it's a hobby that we have, if it's playing a sport, whether it's going on the internet or going to concerts, these things that we doing what we love is sporadic. Yes, sometimes we're doing what we love, but most of the time we're not. And this creates immense suffering. So if we shift it around and love what we do, no matter what situation we find ourselves in, we can find joy and happiness and contentment in that. I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was at the DMV, and there was a security guard, and I was just amazed at the security guard. This security guard loved what he did. He wasn't doing what he loved, but he loved what he did. He was loving what he did. And he's just a DMV security guard, probably gets a lot of crap from people. It was near closing time, and I was standing outside, and people were trying to get in. And I just saw the whole interaction, how he was with people. It was amazing. He had a glow about him. He was helpful. He was polite. He was informative. He seemed like he knew a lot of things about his job for being a security guard and about the workings of the DMV because he was answering people's questions. I mean, it was just phenomenal, this guy. And most of us, if we were put in a job like that, we would say, oh, I can't wait till I find something, till I do what I love. I can't wait till I find something else. I can't wait until that golden carrot, that magical job falls right into my lap and I can do what I love. And then we spend our lives in perpetual suffering because we're always looking beyond the present moment. We're looking to the future and we're not enjoying, appreciating, living what we're resisting what is right before us. And what is right before us is the greatest gift that can be given to you because it's what you need to practice, to evolve, to become a better you, if you want to call it that. And I've had a variety of jobs, and many of my jobs traditionally would not be considered exciting. Some of them were great, exciting, but other ones were just, your regular retail jobs, restaurant jobs, things like that. And I found a big difference when I got into that funk where, I don't want to go to work today. I can't stand work. And you get into a groove where you want to do as little as possible. You want to do the least amount as possible while still collecting a paycheck. And I was miserable during those periods when I became like that. And so I thought, how can I reinvigorate myself? Well, one, the easiest answer is, okay, find something that you enjoy better. Find a different job. But what happens is we're taking the same you, the same me into that other job, and so the same problems reoccur, the same frustrations, because it's really oftentimes, most of the time, not about the job, it's about us. It's about you, it's about me, and it's what attitude we bring or what energy we bring to the job. And you go out, and most people's energy is they don't want to be there, they want to punch out as soon as possible, and they want to do the least amount of work as possible, and they don't want to give good service, and they don't want to excel at their job. They want to get by. So a lot of people are getting by mode, and they think that is the easiest way. And actually it is hard, that one of the hardest ways to go about doing your job, because time moves very slowly, like molasses. You're always checking the clock. Oh, how much longer until I get to go home? And it's just draining because whenever we're in a state of resistance, time seems to move a lot slower. We're resisting what is. If we accept, and even to step more than that, we move toward and dive into the moment, time seems to pass quickly. And so one of the things to do is, if you're at one of those jobs and you can't find another job, or you don't plan to change jobs, become excellent at what you do. Not for your boss, not for your coworkers, not for your supervisors, but for yourself. There's this deep need within us to become excellent, to excel at something that we do. It's just very rewarding, and probably back to the caveman days and are part of our evolution, because those that excelled at what they did were able to continue living and procreate and raise families and things like that. And when we're apathetic, when we embrace mediocrity, there's something within us that just kind of feels dead. We don't feel fully alive and vibrant and excited about life. So some of the things to do is, if, for example, if your job, when I worked in the restaurant business, so I was a waiter for a long time, and sometimes it can be tedious because it's repetitive, and it can get boring, and it can get tiring, and customers can sometimes drive you crazy, so on and so forth. So issue yourself a little challenge every month. So take if you're a waiter, for the 1 month, just focus on learning the menu inside and out. So you know that menu so well that any question a customer asks you, you could give them a detailed, informed response. The next month, focus on improving your sales technique so you can upsell customers in a non-pushy way, and you can sell appetizers, sell drinks, things like that. And it's a very good way to actually earn more money, because the bill's higher and your tip will be more. The next month, focus on your uniform and cleanliness, and because sometimes you go to restaurants and you see waiters and they have just food stains and dirt and their wrinkles and things like that. Spend time just focusing on your appearance and having a professional appearance and presentation at your job. The next month, learn about wines and all the different types of wines, and spend time at home researching on the internet, reading about wines, becoming informed, maybe even going to some wine tastings, watching YouTube videos about wine, and you start building up your knowledge. And as you build up your knowledge, you start getting you more excited about your job. And this could be done. I mean, if this guy can do it, he was a security guard. Gosh, I've worked with guys that were dishwashers, and that loved their job, loved what they did. Okay, not necessarily, you don't have to love your job, just love what you do in that moment, embracing, excelling at what you do. It's not you have to trick your mind and fool yourself and say, okay, I'm going to love my job now. No, it's not that. It's what reveals a lot about the person is the presence or the energy they bring to situations. See, we've got it reversed. We think the situation determines how we feel, but how we feel determines the situation. And it's a slight shift that makes all the difference in the world. Your contentment, your joy, your happiness, and your relationship with other people. Some other examples. If you are a cashier, like I've seen some cashiers, like I'll go to Trader Joe's or go to some places, and some cashiers, they just seem happy. They just seem to enjoy what they do, and they'll talk to people. I went to it was like a couple weeks ago, and one of the cashiers saw what I bought, and said, "Oh, if you like this, you also like this. You should try it." And she was just really engaging, and just a smile and a good energy, and seemed very knowledgeable about the product. When we complain, when we moan, when we bitch, it leaves us flat. like a flat soda or a flat beer. There's no life, there's no bubbles, there's no vibrancy to who we are. And we become the victim. And we just listen. When you listen to people converse, you could listen, okay, victim mentality, or they're empowering themselves. And most of the time, what we say, what our actions, what we do, how we feel, we want to be the victims. We want to blame the boss. We want to blame the job. We want to blame the government. We want to blame coworkers. Victim, 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 victim. And it's really defeating and just sucks the life out of you. So this shift here is, think of it as like a spiritual practice. I'm not going to be so concerned about my external environment, what does or doesn't happen, whether I do or don't like it. I'm going to raise my energy, I'm going to raise my consciousness, and I'm going to bring an attitude of motivation, of excitement, of passion. I think that's a key word, passion. When you start excelling at something, you become passionate. I'm going to bring passion to the situation. I'm not going to try to extract it from the situation. And that shift, I'm telling you, you'll be amazed at what a difference it makes. And then all the benefits. You earn more money. You might even get a promotion. You might get a raise. The time goes quicker. You enjoy your job. Other people might ask you for advice and suggestions because you're excelling at what you do. And really, it's really not that hard to rise above the masses, because most people's mode of operandi, the way they do things, is how can I get the most with the least amount of effort? And so you're coming into it with the shift and saying, how can I give the most? How can I contribute the most? How can I excel the most? How can I become the most knowledgeable? How can I serve people? And it's out for your self-interest. You'll see the transformation of your energy. So we're very interested. For those of you that do watch the video, please leave comments after you give this a try, or if you have tried this, let me know. I just really appreciate all the people that do take time to comment and have some very interesting discussions. All right, have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.